Most people don't become poor because they make terrible decisions. They become poor because of decisions so small they never notice them. Not big financial disasters, not dramatic mistakes. Just quiet habits repeated every single day. The kind of habits that feel harmless. Nobody warns you about them. The dangerous part, these habits rarely look like spending. They look like normal life. Imagine someone waking up on a regular morning. They check their phone, scroll through messages, maybe social media. Then they step outside. On the way to work, they grab coffee. It's not expensive, just a small purchase. A few hours later, lunch comes, another small purchase. After work, a quick ride instead of walking. Another small purchase. Later, boredom arrives. Streaming, food delivery, online shopping, a few more small purchases. None of these decisions feel serious or dangerous. In fact, they feel deserved. After all, life should be enjoyed. That belief is not wrong. But what most people never calculate is this: small spending repeated daily becomes a financial system. A system quietly draining money. Not loudly, not dramatically, but consistently. Imagine spending $10 a day on things barely remembered. $10 does not sound like much, but $10 daily becomes $300 monthly. $300 monthly becomes $3,600 yearly. Now imagine that habit continuing for 10 years, $36,000. Not from one big purchase, just small daily spending. This is where the real financial problem begins. Because those small amounts are not just money being spent. They are also money that could have been growing. Most people understand spending, but very few truly understand the opportunity cost of spending. Opportunity cost is the invisible future that disappears when money is used today. For example, that $10 spent today might have been invested. And when money is invested early enough, something powerful begins to happen. Compound growth. Compound growth is one of the quiet secrets of wealth. It does not look impressive in the beginning. In fact, it looks slow, sometimes painfully slow. But over time, it becomes unstoppable. Money begins to grow on top of money. Then that new money begins growing again. And slowly, the numbers begin to change. But here is the part that surprises most people. The biggest enemy of compound growth is not poverty. It is impatience. People want immediate rewards. They want visible success. They want the excitement of buying something today. Waiting feels uncomfortable. Saving feels boring. Investing feels slow. But financial reality does not reward excitement. It rewards patience, and patience is rare. That is why many people spend years earning money, but never experience the feeling of money working for them. Because every dollar that enters their life leaves almost immediately. Income comes in, lifestyle expands. Savings disappear, investments never begin. And the cycle repeats, year after year. But occasionally, someone notices something different. They notice that wealthy people behave differently with money. Not louder, not flashier, just more intentional. They understand something powerful. Money can be used in two ways. It can be used to impress people today, or it can be used to protect your future tomorrow. And these two paths lead to very different lives. One path feels exciting in the moment, but stressful over time. The other path feels slow in the beginning, but powerful later. Because when someone begins controlling small spending habits, something interesting happens. They begin creating financial space. Financial space means money is no longer disappearing automatically. It begins accumulating. And when money accumulates, options appear. That extra money can be invested. It can start building assets, stocks, businesses, long-term investments, things that slowly grow value over time. And eventually, a very strange moment arrives, a moment that feels almost unreal. For the first time in their life, money starts entering their account without them working for it. A small investment return, a dividend, a profit from something they own. And in that moment, their understanding of money completely changes. Because they finally see the difference between two financial lives. The life where you work for money, and the life where money begins working for you. The difference between these two lives rarely begins with a large amount of money. It usually begins with awareness. Awareness of spending, awareness of habits, awareness of the invisible financial decisions happening every day. Because wealth is rarely destroyed by one big mistake. It is usually slowly drained by unnoticed behavior. But the opposite is also true. Wealth is rarely built by one lucky moment. It is built by small disciplined choices repeated for years. And the good news is this: anyone can start changing those choices. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. Not by becoming perfect, not by eliminating every small pleasure, but by becoming aware of where money quietly disappears. Because once awareness begins, control begins. And once control begins, the future starts changing. Not dramatically, not overnight, but steadily, quietly, powerfully. And years later, many people will look back and say something surprising. Their financial life did not change because they suddenly earned millions. It changed because they finally understood the power of small decisions. The same small decisions they once ignored. The same small decisions that once kept them broke. And that realization leads to one final truth about money. Financial freedom rarely arrives through luck. It arrives through awareness, patience, and discipline. Three things that look boring in the beginning, but powerful in the end. Because in the world of money, the biggest changes usually start with the smallest habits. And once someone sees that clearly, they never look at money the same way again.